Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 14. You guys, it's fucking freezing today. It's President's Day, so happy President's Day to all of you guys. If you work for the government like I do, you are off today. So it's a beautiful day, even though it is freezing. Also, belated happy Valentine's Day. I didn't say that on my Black Girls on Television video. So, hope you guys all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I did. I spent the day out with my husband and we had a good time. I bumped into a couple of rock stars. I don't remember their names. I'm so bad with names. But one gentleman I bumped into outside of Cumberland Mall. Yeah, I think he just moved here from Chicago. And then I bumped into another nice young lady in Best Buy. Can't remember her name either. And I specifically asked both of their names. You guys, I'm so bad with names. Charge it to the mind and not the heart. Y'all know the brain is old. But yeah, shout out to the young lady in Best Buy who was in the Samsung department. It looked like she was buying a tablet. Just a little rock star love, y'all. Let's get to this review, shall we? Everybody is on their way to see the real Jamaica, not the Jamaica that the tourists go to, the Jamaica that the locals know of. Since Peter is from Jamaica, he has signed on to take everybody down into Kingston and see his family. They're going to go see his Auntie Faye, okay, and he hasn't seen his Auntie Faye in 18 years. They're all pretty much excited to go, everybody except for Kenya. Kenya decides not to go because Kenya is sulking. She's a fucking brat, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't really care about the Kenya stands today. That's just what it is. She did go out with her man to a spa because she said that she would rather have a romantic day with her man. That's fine. They get on the bus and everybody is like, where is Kenya? And Cynthia says, well, we had a blowout because somebody with a big ass mouth told her that I said we weren't friends. Sheree, because we know she's the one that said it, was like, that's not what I said. Cynthia was like, oh, so you're the big mouth. And she says, no, I didn't say that you guys weren't friends. I just told her, that you guys were, you were working on your friendship. Sheree really did downplay that conversation because Sheree was being messy, because Sheree is trying to get her peach back. So Sheree has been signed on as the bad guy to go run back and forth and tell everybody's business. So Cynthia's on this bus and she's kind of in this predicament where she has to defend her friendship with Nene, explain her friendship with Kenya. Okay, it's just entirely too much. Okay, she starts crying because I told you guys that Kenya is not really the most, not Kenya, Cynthia. Cynthia is not the most confrontational. She doesn't really like to hurt people's feelings. She doesn't really like to get in people's face. And she's not really good at explaining how she feels either. Okay, but what she tried to let them understand was, Kenya is my friend. She's not my best friend. We don't have that kind of relationship. I guess this is the kind of stuff that she probably should have said originally when she was talking to Kenya, because they asked her, well, did you tell Kenya this? The same things that you're telling us. And she said, no, I didn't have a chance to because, she blew up and she walked away. And Kim was like, well, I got a testimony to that. I know for sure that that's what she does. So, Cynthia's sort of upset that she wasn't able to explain exactly how she felt to Kenya. And that's what was frustrating me when she was talking to Kenya. Like, why didn't you just say, like, well, we're not best friends, but we good. They had the camera on Nene, and Nene was getting a little watery-eyed because I think she was feeling a little bit bad that she kind of pushed Cynthia into this corner. At least that's the way it seemed on the screen. So, Nene was just like, oh, we gonna get this all taken care of. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to make sure that I talk to Kenya, because this don't make no fucking sense. Okay, grown ass women all fighting over who the hell is best friends with who. Don't make no damn sense. They get past that. Now at the same time, Kenya is at the spa with her boyfriend Matt, and she's telling him how devastated she is because, let Sheree tell it, Cynthia said that, she don't care about Kenya, she don't love her, that's not her friend. And Kenya feels like because Nene is here, that's the reason why Cynthia has now made this choice. And Nene only tears Cynthia down and she doesn't build her up. So, Kenya is just upset. She's hurt that Cynthia has chosen Nene over Kenya. You guys, I'm telling you, okay, I'm not gonna preach. I ain't gonna do it today. I am not gonna do it. Anyway, they make it down to Auntie Faye's house or area. I mean, is that where they lived? Like, I'm sorry, I've never been to Kingston. They went down, they met with Auntie Faye. Auntie Faye took them down to a super authentic seafood type of restaurant, I suppose that's what you would call it, and they sat outside and they had all kind of seafood, fish, crab, lobster, shrimp. Looked like it was just a big smorgasbord of all kind of seafoods. Looked very, very good. I was like, oh my God, I hope don't nobody get sick. You know how sometimes it is like you can adapt to the food if you live there, like, so you used to eating that kind of stuff, but when you from somewhere else and you try to eat the food, you know, the way they prepare it, sometimes it makes you sick. My husband and I, we was on a cruise. We got off the boat and where were we, in Nassau? Yeah, we were in Nassau. We had got off the boat and I wanted some conch salad. So all of the damn restaurants was out of conch salad. Nobody had any conch salad. So we were walking back to the boat and there was this man on a little teeny tiny boat. And he was pulled up to the dock and he was just chopping up conch right there. It was a long line of people, but you could tell they were kind of locals. He was chopping up the damn conch meat and he was mixing it up with all the onions and whatever the shit else that he put in the damn salad. And my husband was like, that looked good. I was like, I know. He's like, you think we should get some? And I was like, oh no. We were just standing there staring at him. So he's cutting it up. He had this big ass machete or something. When he finished cutting it up, he put it in this bowl. And then he took the machete and he dipped it in some water that looked like it was some fucking water from the damn ocean. It was in a cut off milk jug. And he dipped it in there and then he wiped it on his pants and then he got his next order. I said, oh no. You ain't gonna have me fucking have food poisoning on this goddamn cruise. You're fucking throwing up the whole damn time. I was like, absolutely not. But that shit showed it looked good. And them people was getting it. It was a big old bowl just clumped over. I was like, oh, I want some. But yeah, Rocky was not trying to die that day. Anyway, guys, getting back to the show, they were all eating the food. They had a good time, learned, you know, some things about Peter growing up. It was just a good time. Everybody laughing, giggling, smiling. Okay, that was cool. Once they leave the dinner, they go back to their hotel and the girls decide to meet out and the guys decide to meet out separately. Nene, like she said, she makes good on her promise. She goes to Kenya's and you know, Kenya's just like, what are you doing here? Okay, you the reason why this whole trip is fucked up for me. You took away my friend. And Nene was just like, well, what does me being here have to do with you? I was cracking up when she said that because Kenya was just like lost because it's stupid. Like, why can't you guys all be friends? Or why can't I be here and now you feel like you don't have a friend anymore? Oh, I'm not gonna preach. I just feel like Kenya sabotages her relationships. Friendships, relationships with men, family relationships. I just feel like she just does them in. And I wonder if she sits and watches shows and realizes that about herself. Anyway, Nene was like, Cynthia spoke really highly of you. She said that she loved you and that, you know, she feels like you're her friend. That damn conversation kind of got messed up in the translation. Sheree put a little bit extra. 20 on 10. Y'all know how they do. So Kenya, because of what Nene said, she decides to come downstairs and join the girls. Kim isn't there, but the rest of the girls are there. Kenya does confront Cynthia when she gets down there and just tells her that she felt like she denied the friendship and that she was hurt. And Cynthia was just like, I do love you. You are my friend. You are a close friend. Okay, now that was a little extra. She didn't say that part, you know. But I guess she was just like, let me just try to be friends with every damn body. She smoothed it over with Kenya and, you know, as far as we know at this point, everything is okay. So the girls are just down there talking. The conversation sways to Kim, of course. Kenya brings up that, just to make a long story short, she brings up the fact that, you know, it was known around town that Kim's husband was gay and that he's a tap dancer. I guess that makes you gay automatically now. Kenya says that he was known around town as Chrissy. I don't know. How long did they say? I think they said Kim and Chris been together for 7 years. And all the girls are getting a good giggle about it. You know, they're all laughing and adding their little 2 cents about him doing this, him doing that. I don't know. I don't feel like Chris is gay. I just get not super masculine, manly type man. You know how you have some guys are just not that way? Not super duper masculine. I just kind of feel like that. It don't help when he's in Atlanta. Okay. But I don't know. I thought at first that I was, but then I just looked, I said, oh, he just kind of little, you need little puny kind of. And so a lot of times, you know, people will equate that with him being gay. I don't know. I'm not getting it. But anyway, the girls got a good giggle about it, except for Sheree. and Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia's like, damn it, I done been in enough trouble. You ain't gonna have me adding into this damn mix, so yeah, count me out. Sheree was listening and kind of looking like she was annoyed with the topic as well. I don't know why they didn't just say, like, y'all, this shit ain't right. Why y'all talking about this lady's husband and she ain't here? But, they just gonna be quiet. And then while the ladies are out, we get the men, okay? It's Greg, it's Peter, it's Matt. They're having drinks. And you can tell that they kind of looking at Matt like, we gonna see if we can fuck with you. So, I think Peter's the one to ask him how old he is. He's like, you know how old I am. Why are you even asking that? And he's like, no, I don't. But my whole thing is like, why would you ask it? If you already know he's younger, what difference does it make? And why do you care so much, Peter? So the guy says, well, I'm 27. And then Greg says, 27? Oh my God, I have shoes older than you or something like that. I was like, if I was mad, I'd have been like, nigga, yeah, you older than my fucking daddy. Because Greg probably is. But I was just like, all this conversation is so unnecessary. Peter's just like, why you getting so defensive? And Matt was just like, I'm not really being defensive. You guys are just like all over me. You're not really making me feel welcome here. But Peter was just like, oh, well, you gonna get all froggish, nigga, you wanna leap? You feel like you wanna do something? And Matt was just like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go. And when he was walking out, he was like, if you feel like you really wanna take it there, then you come on outside. Okay, well, it ain't nothing but a little space and opportunity. You guys, I wanted Matt to fuck Peter up. He would have fucked Peter up. I don't know what the hell was wrong with Peter and Greg. Like, they was really poking at him. But Peter's was a little bit different because he really was snarling almost at him like he had a problem with him. And I was just like, you doing way too much. Okay, somebody gonna tweet me last night and say that, this was Cynthia and Peter's trip and that Matt should be respectful of them. First of all, he's younger. He's already uncomfortable. He's around all these people that are at least 40 or older. And everybody's been around each other for years and years and years. And here he come in as a new person, a younger person with Kenya, who already know everybody has issue with. Then you gonna sit down with him and then you gonna poke and prod at him. He might be a little socially inept. Everybody don't have the humor. Everybody don't have the quick wit. Okay, some people just prefer to be quiet, sit in the cut, look, watch, observe. Maybe the nigga wasn't in the mood to be jostling around and playing with you today. But when you see that somebody is uncomfortable, for you to continue to go on, push forward, and make them even more uncomfortable, to me, that's your problem now. He's not going to respect somebody that's not being respectful of him. He ain't did shit to nobody. Peter was doing the most. And I'm telling you, I wanted him to get his ass beat. Just a little bit. I did. I admit. The next day, it's the Marshall. Cynthia gets out there early, her, Mallory, and Peter. And, Kim is in full director-producer mode. She has her assistant director there with her. I was just like, I guess she don't work by herself. Yeah, she was just like, I work by myself when Kenya is concerned. But she has this guy that she comes and brings with her. And, they're doing the shots. They're doing whatever they got to do for the commercial. It looked like it's coming out really nice, but the weather is getting bad, so they're getting a little concerned about it, but they're trying to hurry through it. The rest of the extras is coming. That would be everybody this time, including Kenya and Matt. Matt is uncomfortable from the confrontation that he had with Peter and Greg. So he's already in like this weird place. The girls don't know about it. At least we don't think they know. Phaedra is riding him. She's like, oh, I heard you guys went to the spa. Okay. Wasn't no eggplant being hidden at the spa, was there? Okay. She's saying all these things and poor little Matt is just over there. He trying to play along, but he just one of them types. Sometimes it's just people that just, they ain't got the humor, and so they can't like get into it with you. Everybody doesn't have it. She's giving him a hard time, and she can kind of see that it's bothering Kenya, I think. Because Kenya was just like, oh, so why are you all over my man? Is it because your man is not around? Okay. I was just like, maybe she getting you back for thinking that you was trying to steal her man. Okay, but we said that we squashed that, right? Okay, we're going to leave it alone. But even still, everybody is in good spirits. Okay, they pass around the call sheet. They look to see, who's expected where, when, and Kenya notices that her name is not on the call sheet. She says, oh, I was inadvertently left off on purpose. She's upset. She is like, this old ratchety, janky-ass list. I don't see on here nothing about hair. I don't see anything about makeup. I don't see... I was just like, girl, why did you think all that was what's happening in this commercial anyway? Hell, y'all better come ready. I guess it was kind of fucked up that her name wasn't added on the list. I was like, oh, I guess Kim was being a little messy there. Really, we don't even know if Kim is the one that made the list. I mean, really, Bravo could have made that list if we was really, truly being 100 with all of this. You know, Kenya has an attitude now. So when they all get to the shoot, I mean, everybody is having, you know, a good time. They get into their place. Phaedra with her big booty. Portia, you know, everybody had their little parts. Kenya, because she wasn't on the call list, she decided that she wasn't going to participate. So she gets on a little paddle boat with her longtime love, Matt. And they ride off into the sunset. Okay, the weather's getting bad. I was concerned. I was like, bitch, I hope they don't get caught out there. You know, get struck by lightning, because, honey, that lightning ain't no joke. Once that shit gets started, it's a wrap. Okay, so they were out there on the boat, and everybody else pretty much ignored her. You saw Nene say something like, you know, she say she want to be supportive of her friend, and this is her best friend and all of that, and look how she do. You know, bitch is out in the middle of the ocean. Like I said, she's a brat, you guys. Oh my God, the sulking that she was doing just, and it's all because of Nene. Like, Nene throws her, rattles her cage. For somebody that's supposed to have it all together, you shouldn't let somebody throw you. At least don't let it be seen. If you was gonna be trying to compete against Nene, bitch, the best thing you could have did was been overly there for Cynthia. But see, like I told you guys, Kenya, she don't know how to be no friend. I'm sorry, she just don't. She gonna fuck up this thing with Matt too. Mark my words. But anyway, you know, Matt tells her about the confrontation between Peter and Greg. You know, how they just was being, you know, taking some pot shots about his age and making him feel uncomfortable. And he took it a little too far. You know, he did say for them to meet his ass outside. And like I told you guys, I would have been there so present and in the front row to see Matt fuck Peter up. He would have beat Peter's ass. I'm sorry. You see how big Matt is? And Peter is old, you guys. Peter is not no spring chicken. He'd have gotten mollywopped, y'all. He'd have got his ass beat. I would have been loving it. She was just like, oh no, I don't want you to be fighting anybody. And he was like, well, I apologize for that. And I thought that was mature of him, for him to realize that he shouldn't even have gone there. But they pushed his buttons. So anyway, the commercial, they get it all done. It's a wrap. The weather, I don't think, ever rained or got really bad, even though the clouds were dark. But they was able to get all that they needed in. Everybody's happy. So they're going to have a wrap party when they get back to the hotel. Before they go to the wrap party, we see Portia. Her Rico Suave has made it into town. Okay, he took a couple of days off to come and get him some. Okay, because that's all it is. I was just like, why is she even wasting her time with him? I cannot stand guys that are overly, like, they really think they fixing to get some. Like, nigga, you will talk yourself out of some ass so fast, okay? You ain't never been further away from getting some puss if you gonna talk like that to me, okay? You ain't gonna get none, because it's just like, don't assume nothing. Even though she invited him there, you know, I just, like, he is creepy to me. And he just looks at her sexually, and he just, you know, he just wants to hit and quit. And maybe that's all she wants to. I mean, if that's what everybody wants, then fine. But yeah, him, I was just like, ugh. But anyway, you guys, the wrap party. Again, everybody comes. Again, Kenya is pouting. But she tries her hardest to fit in with the girls. And then the men, okay, we see that Peter is mean mugging Matt. Like, he is just like staring him down. I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, does something else happen that they edited out? Because it just don't make no sense. It just does not make sense to me. Like, I feel like there's some editing that, you know, Bravo, you know how they do their creative editing sometimes. I just feel like it's something there that made Peter act the fool that because even though Peter is stupid, he usually ain't this stupid. So anyway, the girls are talking and they having a good time. And, you know, Cynthia thanks Kim for all that she's done. And Kim was just like, it's all about you. It's your commercial. I'm working for you. Okay, but Cynthia is so impressed with the work that Kim did. You know, she kind of feels like this party is actually for her. While they're talking, they bring up Chris. You know, gosh, I hate that Chris wasn't here. And she was just like, yeah, well, you know, Chris. He has so many things that he's doing. He's trying to be a producer. He's a dancer. Like the girl said that he had been on Broadway. And the girls all chime in, but this time it's a different tone, okay? Okay, now he's a Renaissance man. Now Chris has got all of these talents. Now Chris is so wonderful and she must be so happy with him. And he's a good guy and he's so talented and look, he can dance and all of this. Okay, they going on and on and on. Sheree is sitting there and I guess she can't take it no more. Now this is the part that really annoyed me because we know that Bravo sets up people to be the bad guy to bring the storyline along. But I want it to be believable. It needs to be organic feeling at least, okay? Like somebody would actually do this in a conversation. Ain't no fucking way in this earth that Sheree would have said in the real world in front of all these girls and told Kim straight out that the girls was talking about your husband and said that he was either fruity or gay. Ain't no way. You wouldn't do it because that is the most supreme amount of messy. Sheree is friends with them girls. She don't have no problem with them. So it's like now you telling on your friends. I mean, really, there's no way that would happen. So like when I was watching that, I was just like, oh my God. Now, I mean, it's so obvious they told Sheree to do that. There's no other reason to do that. Okay, you guys are trying to fuck with Kim. I don't know too many women that's gonna sit there and like you to say shit like that about their husband without going off. And they really trying her. They really trying her. And I'm saying the producers at this point. Kim was just like, don't let me go off on these girls here. But I was just mad with that whole scene because it didn't feel natural. Okay, and everybody is kind of looking around like, oh my God, is Sheree really gonna say this? But I was just like, so we gonna see what happens with that next week. But that part made me just be like, oh my gosh, Sheree, you are really selling out. Alright, you guys, so that's it. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.